Hello, fellow investors, and welcome to another market showcase by your friends at PassiveRental.com, powered by Flip Nerd. And today we are bringing you Columbus, Ohio, and we're so excited to bring you Columbus for many reasons. We're going to share with you a ton of information that you probably didn't know about the Columbus, Ohio market. It's a thriving marketplace, and more importantly, we have the team in place to make a passive rental really just a lucrative investment for you. So not only can you be in a great marketplace, which is going to produce great cash flow, but you're working with an experienced team that has provided numerous passive rentals, and we think you're going to be really impressed. So let's jump right in. First and foremost, Columbus. A lot of people don't realize this, but there's over 2 million people in the metro area, and I want you to bring your attention down to that median income. It's over the national average. It's 52,000 plus. And what that means is this is a marketplace where people are working and people are earning a living, but the cost of living is still low. And what that means for us as investors is when people are working, they can pay their bills and they can pay their rent. And that's what we are interested in as investors is we want that passive income. So, with that being said, Columbus, Ohio is the state capital in the state of Ohio. It's the 15th largest city in the US, 13th fastest growing city in the US, and it was actually the first city in the Midwest to recover all jobs lost to the recession. Now, this is one of the highest concentrations of college students in the entire nation. There are 63 colleges and universities, campuses that enroll roughly 138,000 students every single year. A large part of that is Ohio State. We are going to talk a little bit more about Ohio State. It's one of the biggest colleges in the entire country. This is important, everybody. There's no single industry in the Columbus, Ohio market that represents more than 18% of the employment. So they're not relying on one industry to infuse their economy. They're not relying on the auto industry or the medical industry. It's very diverse, which is good for us. And the economic base, it's pretty much made up of international business. You're going to see here that Honda is represented very well in Columbus, Ohio. Logistics is big, manufacturing, science, and technology. Moving on, it's the fastest growing city in the Midwest. So, a lot of investors in high dollar markets like on the East Coast and West Coast and other places, they understand that the Midwest is a great place to invest. Columbus, Ohio is number one. It's the fastest growing city in the Midwest, number one for job growth, the number one opportunity city in the US, number one metropolitan area for wage growth in the US. And this actually came from Forbes, but it's the most intelligent community in the world. And a lot of that has to do with the number of students and doctors that are in the Columbus, Ohio area. A lot of people come to Columbus for the universities and for the academic reasons and end up staying in the marketplace. And these are people that potentially could be your tenants. So it is good all around for investors. Columbus, Ohio region is number one for population growth, beats out Indianapolis, Chicago, Minneapolis, Kansas City. Number one for job growth, number one for GDP growth. This just basically says Columbus was ranked as the seventh strongest economy in the U.S. Ever since, really, it goes back to 2001. It's grown every single year. And that's why we like Columbus, and that's why we're promoting Columbus. It's a working class people, it's a thriving marketplace, and we have the team in place to provide really great passive rentals and investment properties. The employment, this is very impressive. If you see on the left, the red line represents Columbus, the black line represents the state of Ohio, and the gray line is the US as a whole. So, as far as people who are working, you can see in Columbus, it's well above the national average and the number one city in the state of Ohio. When it comes, if you pull your attention to the right side, the unemployment, Columbus is far below the rest of the state of Ohio as well as the national average. These are all good things for us as investors. Where are people working? The largest employers in Columbus, number one is JP Morgan Chase, Nationwide Insurance, Honda, Limited Brands that includes Victoria's Secret, Express, Bath and Body Works. This is all out of Columbus. Kroger, as well as other major Fortune 500 companies that call Columbus home. This is a biggie, everybody. The Ohio State University, there's over 64,000 students just at this university. It's leading the way in cancer research. It's a major economic driver for the Columbus, Ohio market. It's very, very good, brings in a lot of revenue and capital. And really, the people in Columbus, they love their Buckeyes. But Columbus is very happy to have the Ohio State University, and it is a major economic driver that helps us as investors. There's more project announcements every year for Columbus than anywhere else in the Midwest. Now, our team in Columbus only provides A and B class properties. They are ranging at the very low end, 50,000 up to about 150. These are properties that are going to be great for a cash investment, or if you want to take advantage of some of the financing programs that are available. The rents are very stable. It's a strong rental market, and rents range anywhere between $750 and $1,400 per month. Again, our team only focuses in on the A and B class properties. These are fully remodeled properties, and we are not sending investors into the rougher parts of town. Older properties that are going to need a ton of maintenance and repairs are just not going to be a good investment for you guys. So we want to stay in that A and B class. Now, our rehab standards in Columbus are very high, some of the best in the country. Any roof that we are looking at on an investment property that we're providing, if there's less than 10 years life remaining on a roof per a home inspection, that's going to be replaced. By the way, all of our Columbus properties are professionally inspected, and before you purchase and invest in a Columbus, Ohio property, you are going to have access to the inspection report, so you know from a third party exactly what's going on with your investment property. Furnace and AC, these could be very big expenses for an investor, but if there's less than 5 years remaining life on any of the major mechanical systems, our Columbus team is going to replace furnaces, ACs, and the electrical. Also, a concern for investors. You want to make sure that the electrical is done properly by licensed individuals. We are going to replace the electrical and the electrical boxes in houses if there's less than 5 years remaining. Same with the plumbing. We've had a lot of success in the Columbus market with PEX plumbing, and this is good for the colder climate markets. This PEX plumbing is way less likely to break, and it's a little bit more expensive to purchase and to install, but it does go a long way for you as an investor, and we've had a lot of success with the PEX plumbing in our Columbus properties. Hot water tanks, we replace those again if there's less than 5 years remaining. Flooring. Now, when it comes to flooring, we use carpet in the Columbus, Ohio market only when it makes sense. We've had a lot of success with tile as well as laminate flooring. We like a product called Allure. There's a 25-year guarantee. It's a vinyl product. You can get it wet and what have you. It's just been very investor friendly. Kitchens, our team in Columbus remodels kitchens from top to bottom. All these properties are remodeled from top to bottom, and it's our goal, our intention to provide a good long-term investment property for you in a great marketplace. Basements are a very big thing to consider when investing in the Midwest, and our basements in Columbus are going to be bone dry, and this is all going to come up on the inspection report. So it's either going to look like a utility basement on the left, where we're going to paint the floors a nice battleship gray, or when it comes to a finished basement, that's a good example of that Allure product, 25-year product, vinyl product that you could get wet, and we can make these basements really good for entertaining. And what we've found is when a property is remodeled the way it should be, and just done very well, we are able to generate better rents, which just makes it a better overall return on investment for you guys. Now, our property management in Columbus is what we really like here is they get it done. There's over 450 units currently under management. They're not too big, though, to where they can't take your call. Our team in Columbus is very responsive. You can reach our team on their cell phones, and they have over 150 clients worldwide. So no matter where you are at, anywhere in the US, a lot of California investors and investors all over the world like the Columbus, Ohio market because it is number one in the Midwest. But our property management team is able to take care of you. Everything is done online, so you can see when your rent is being paid and you can see when that rent is hitting your account. Now here's just an example property. Bring your attention here. This would be an ideal property if somebody was using financing. You can see in the lower left, the purchase price on this property would be $95,000, but the initial cash invested is only $20,000, and that's roughly 15% or 20% down as a down payment and some closing costs. These are very conservative numbers, but if you bring your attention to the upper right, the gross rent, $1,100 per month on a beautifully remodeled property. You're going to see the pictures here in a moment. When we subtract out all and any expenses or projected expenses, including cleaning, maintenance, insurance, property management, taxes, it ends, and even actually factoring mortgage payments, this is if you used a loan to invest in this property, you're still netting a projected $223 per month, and that's a cash on cash return of 12.8% for a fully remodeled property. Look how big the lots are out there in Columbus. This property has a 2-car garage. You can see the interior is fully remodeled. Here's a nice shot at the kitchen. Cabinets are fully remodeled. Nice new hardware, and this is the product you're going to get in Columbus, Ohio. Mechanicals all serviced, and this is important, everybody. Our team in Columbus, as we said, only provides A and B class properties. So when you look at the crime in an area, they're all going to be in the green zone, if you will. If you pull up Trulia or other major sites that tell you about crime in an area, we want to be in the better areas. It's going to be a better long-term investment for you. Here's another property. This property only $76,000 roughly. You could use financing for this property. Cash on cash return projected at 24.3%. This is a newer built property. Purchase price roughly $119,000, and if you use bank financing, your projected cash on cash return is 18.7%. Here's another property with a projected cash on cash return of 12.7%. This is just to give you an idea of what some of the properties look like. Our team in Columbus works very hard, and they're going to be able to provide a property that can meet your goals. That's really the first step here, everybody, is learning about what your investment goals are. And I think you'll find the Columbus market is able to help you reach those goals. And we're going to find a property that's really going to help you for the long term. That's our goal here. Another property, this is a projected cash on cash return of 24.7%. Yet another property, cash on cash return projected at 19.2%. And that's it. We're going to be able to get into more detail with you, and you're going to be able to meet our team in Columbus. But contact us. We're happy to share more detailed information so you can invest in Columbus, earn that passive income in the Buckeye State. And I showed this slide. Our team in Columbus, they all have cell phones, everybody. We're not so big that you're going to get bounced around and not know who you're talking to. You're going to be able to communicate with our team direct to make sure you feel 100%. And I think you're going to love the opportunities in Columbus and working with our team. So from PassiveRental.com, powered by FlipNerd, this has been another Market Showcase. Columbus, Ohio is a great place to invest, and contact us. We look forward to working with you.